Guys, have you ever thought about how animals communicate when they need our help? Well, in today's video, we'll see some incredible moments that show how creatures connect with humans, even without words. When animals end up in distressing situations, their body language and eyes speak volumes. And thankfully, kind-hearted people hear their call loud and clear. After a heavy rain, a poor little fawn found itself stuck in some deep, muddy quicksand. Every time the animal struggled, it only sunk further into the muck. But thankfully, a passing excavator driver spotted the fawn's predicament just in time. Without hesitation, he rushed in to pull the terrified creature out of the sinkhole and back to safety. In a profoundly moving moment, the baby deer turned back to face its rescuer as if to express its gratitude to him. Can you believe what this stingray went through? The poor fish got tangled in a fishing net, which paralyzed its movements. But thank goodness, this kind-hearted diver jumped into action as soon as he recognized the stingray's plight. During his exploration of the sea, a diver had an encounter. An inquisitive sea turtle approached him gracefully, swimming in circles as if seeking help. Sensing that something was wrong, the diver approached cautiously to investigate further. To his astonishment, he found a barnacle firmly attached to the turtle's shell, impeding its ability to swim freely. Realizing the discomfort it caused, the diver took action. With care and delicacy, he removed the barnacle, restored the turtle's freedom of movement once again. This little squirrel was attacked by some predatory birds and even fell into the river. But despite everything, this tenacious small creature refused to give up. Mustering every last ounce of strength, the squirrel paddled towards a nearby fishing boat, desperately pleading for help. Thankfully, a kind fisherman spotted the squirrel's plight and immediately rushed into rescue mode. Our next heartwarming story involved a juvenile whale, with rope painfully tangled around its belly, swam up to a boat. Its eyes seemed to plead, "Please, help me." Seeing the creature's desperate eyes, the people on board knew they might act. Swiftly grabbing tools, they got to work removing the constricting rope suffocating the poor shark. It's an intense and delicate operation, but thanks to their tireless efforts, the whale shark is finally freed.
Hang in there, buddy.
This poor pup accidentally slipped and fell into frigid, icy waters.
Hang in there.
Its situation grew dire by the minute. Without swift aid, the bitter cold could well claim its life. Fortunately, some good Samaritans passing by spotted the dog and immediately rushed to the rescue. Through the efforts of all, the pup was finally pulled to safety.
Here. A little fatter.
At their parting, the dog lingered, its eyes full of reluctance, as if wanting to thank its heroes and cherish their kindness. This video captures the moment they rescued 3 dogs trapped in a freezing icy pond. The poor pups had fallen through the thin ice and were struggling in vain to climb out. But thank goodness these kind-hearted men were there. Quick as a flash, they grabbed ropes and got to work pulling the freezing, drenched animals to safety. It was tricky, but they persevered in their valiant effort. Their selfless deed renewed faith in human kindness. While 2 guys were ice fishing, they noticed a little fox inching towards their food bag, acting like a sneaky thief. But instead of shooing it away, one kind-hearted youth took matters into his own hands. He walked right over, grabbed some tasty morsels from the bag, and offered them to the poor, hungry creature. Now, you'd expect the fox to be scared off by their approach. But surprisingly, it came near without fear and gobbled up the food. Guys, get ready for an incredible underwater rescue. When this diver was exploring the ocean's depths, a massive whale suddenly appeared, and it was in trouble. As the whale drew near, the diver noticed a fishing hook painfully lodged in its mouth. Realizing the whale was asking for help, the diver sprang into compassionate action. With exceptional patience and care, he set to work removing the hook from the gigantic creature's mouth. It was a delicate operation, but thankfully the whale was freed without serious injury. You want to make the world a little brighter. Please start right now through small acts of kindness, like lending a hand to animals down on their luck. This touching video shows the power of compassion in action. Here, rescuers were trying to save a bear after falling into rough waters at a hydroelectric dam. When winter's chill hangs on, the quest for food becomes a matter of life or death for wildlife. In this profoundly moving video, we witness an act of compassion that will warm the heart. A compassionate man gladly shared his food to a small fox who starved after days without a morsel. Have you ever felt your heart ache at the sight of a struggling animal? Well, here's a story to remind you there are always people ready to help creatures in need. While hiking through the forest, a young man discovered an exhausted eagle, too weak to even move. Through its eyes shone frailty and fatigue, as if pleading for a merciful soul to save its fragile life. Without hesitation, the kind youth swiftly brought the eagle home and nursed it back to health with diligent care and affection. Thanks to his tireless devotion, the once ailing bird made a full recovery. Soon it could spread its majestic wings and return to freedom's embrace. Get ready to have your faith in humanity restored. In this touching video, a woman is approached by a desperate fox, its pleading eyes seeming to beg for help. With a mother's instinct, she swiftly decides to aid the vixen by generously offering food to nourish its hungry cubs. Though the fox can't verbalize thanks, you can tell it must be deeply grateful for her kindness. This simple act of compassion will surely inspire others to do good in the world, even through small gestures. Together, our care and mercy contribute to making life better for all beings. Friends, in this next clip, we witness an act of compassion toward a sea turtle in distress. The poor creature found itself entangled in plastic debris and netting, unable to swim properly. Luckily, at that moment, a kind man noticed the turtle's distress and selflessly stepped in to help. When the emergency call came in, rescue workers raced to the scene. There atop the power lines, a small goat was trapped, bleeding piteously. Though the reason remained a mystery, saving its life became the sole priority. With smooth teamwork, the crew prepared for the tricky rescue operation. After much skill and patience, success, the tiny goat was finally free. On the heels of all the good that humans have done for animals, here's a feathered friend giving back. In this video, a bird playfully takes on the role of a mini sanitation worker, diligently picking up stray cans and plopping them in the trash bin. In the act, it shows that even small creatures have environmental awareness,